Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, another tip from my YouTube channel. So again, my name is Adam Cornett. If you don't know me, this is my assistant Marina, who's going to be helping me in this video. And so the last video, having talked about the torque of the leader's arm and the leader's hand, and some controversy because people just need to keep they can't change, they need to keep what they like. A lot of people wanted to make comments about the follower. So sometimes the follower forces the torque, or forces my hand to go up, which is true. Sometimes followers do this. So followers, this video is for you. We want to look at your right hand, or the right side, the open side, as some people would rather it be called, but your right hand in where you connect and how you connect. So starting out on this open side, what you want to do is to have a straight and ergonomic wrist for your benefit long term, and for the leader's benefit. Because if you were to, say, self-bend in this way, it's going to start bending my wrist. If you turn in, it's going to be turning my wrist. This isn't nearly as painful for the leader as it is for you long term, potentially. But it's also good just for both of us to have nice, straight, ergonomic wrists. Other things that have been mentioned, and I've personally experienced, are followers who want to raise the hand way up in the air. So let's say we're here in close embrace, and we've got this embrace, and then she raises her hand up because she thinks, oh, he's taller, he probably wants my hand to be up there. When in reality, I would prefer that the followers assume a position lower, which is more kind of balanced. So find that point where you touch him on the other side, and then keep your hand in that space, and ask for the leader to come to your height, no matter what your height is, so that it's more comfortable for you. I think this is just a good general rule that you can give a try. So besides the torquing, the twisting of the wrist, or the bending of the wrist, or the raising, the other problem that we commonly run into as leaders is our followers who push down. So we should never have this kind of downward intention. Any resistance that is applied should be on a horizontal plane and not on the vertical plane. The only time it would be on the vertical plane is maybe if you're losing your balance. Even when you are like in a volcata, you wouldn't use this. You'd be using the chest unless you're doing an open embrace volcata. You're trying to go up and inward, and still not hanging downward, but the energy goes up and inward. So ultimately, we're trying to avoid any downward pressure here on this side. The other thing that we run into is someone who uses force in this arm as an excessive force. So maybe pushes back this way. So if you're going to use this arm, which I believe you should, it's going to be because it's attached to your body as one piece, as opposed to you're trying to push against it. So a lot of people don't like the term push or pull in Tango. And although I use it in my classes, I use it as a force that we feel that's applied inside of here, because our frame is connected, and because we turn and we're feeling push and pull forces. But we want to try not to change our angles of the arms to make a push or to make a pull in this way. So the opposite of the push is also the pull, where she would be pulling my arm here. Again, just kind of keeping one shape here on this side and keeping everything steady. So one thing is to keep the shoulder down, keep the elbows not coming downward, but a little bit out, so it connects more with your frame and connects more with your body. If you have your elbow downward and you receive pressure here, if you're looking for pressure, this is actually going to put a lot of pressure into your rotator cuff, which is not a good thing. So I know a lot of followers have gotten, and leaders have gotten, some pain in the rotator cuff. And a lot of teachers teach to put your hands down. And whether they teach to use pressure or not, that doesn't really matter, because most people end up using pressure at some point. And if your elbows are down and you're receiving pressure here, then you're going to have pressure into the rotator cuff. So if your elbows are up, maybe at like a 45 degree, it's not going to go into the rotator cuff, but it's going to go through. So it's going to be going into your body, into your spine, as opposed to, in this kind of like judo move sort of fashion. So just be careful of keeping your elbows down and receiving pressure in this way. So I guess that's about all the things I can think of that commonly happen over there. If you have other things that you've experienced and you have any questions, go down below to the comments and you can write a comment there and ask me a question, and I'll be sure to answer it. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can do that over here. There's a little red button on one of these sides. I'm not really good at this, but it's one direction or the other. So there's just a little subscribe button. So you can just click that button and you'll be able to get these videos on the regular in your inbox. And I sure hope you do. I'd love to keep feeding you guys information of things that I like to share and things I'd like to see everybody kind of have a better embrace and a better time with each other. So thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching the video, and we hope to see you again.